Now on 767 News, St. Mary's Academy defeat 5 schools to top Rotary Secondary School's literacy competition. Rosa woman charged with deception while Grand Bay man denies bail following major drug bust. And top credit union body commends Dominica's credit unions for having one of the highest penetration rates in the world. In sports, St. Luke's Primary wins 2015 Primary Schools Football Championship. Welcome to 767 News, Dominica's #1 news source. I'm Alicia George. Stay tuned for the latest stories and developments across the island coming up after this break. Be part of the excitement. Tune in to the Tiny Green Show every other Monday on Digital Play TV, Channel 3.
Wash your hands. I am Adora Tuse, health educator from the Ministry of Health. Proper hand washing protects against the spread of many common illnesses and germs. Wash your hands often with soap and water, or you may use a hand sanitizer. Remember, clean hands save lives. Protect yourself.
A message from the Health Promotion of the Ministry of Health.
Welcome back. First up this news time, the St. Mary's Academy on Wednesday, March 18th emerged victorious over 5 schools during the finals of the 4th annual Rotary National Secondary Schools Quiz Competition held at the Dominica State College's auditorium. The St. Mary's Academy, who was represented by Cahill Richards and Kuntik Harrigan, ended the day's competition with a total of 270 points.
And SMA will select
number 24.
Choose the verb which best completes the sentence. John dashed the fire which started in the kitchen. A, out. B, outed. C, put out. Or D, put it out.
C, put out.
C, put out is correct.
The Dominica Grammar School, represented by Lorraine Bedminster and Noah Jules, came in second position with 235 points.
DGS, please select.
Number
12. Question number 12. 8 1/4 plus 3 3/4 is equal to A, 11 14 over 18, B, 11 7 over 9, C, 12, or D, 12 15 over 28. C, 12 is correct.
Third was the Convent High School with 230 points. The school was represented by Ahid Diman Bihamin and Zinil Vital.
CHS, please select in the fourth round. Number 4. 1,409 plus 275 plus 83 is equal to A, 1,608, B, 1,617, C, 1,767, or D, 3,589.
C, 1,767.
Correct.
The main objective of the competition is to reinforce student learning, to inspire and to actively encourage students to read widely. It is also intended to facilitate the participants' development, to understand and to think critically as they explore the knowledge and concepts in a select group of students. In other stories, Aaron Moses, president of the Caribbean Confederation of Credit Unions, CCCU, has commended credit unions across Dominica for having one of the highest credit union penetration rates in the world. This means that Dominica has one of the better proportion of credit union members than several other countries. Speaking at the first of 4 quarterly meetings of the CCCU, Moses commended the island's financial institutions for providing an avenue for ordinary Dominicans to thrive in this economy.
There are many around the world who are curious as to how is it that that has been achievable in Dominica. I have searched for the answers. And I have been told on one occasion it is because on the birth of every kid, one of the gifts that's given is membership in a credit union. That's right. And if that is so, I want to urge you to continue to do it. And maybe to even before they are conceived, you can begin to do so.
In 2013, a study by the International Labour Organization revealed that financial cooperatives outperform other investor-owned financial institutions such as banks following the 2008 recession. Moses attributed this to the unique structure of credit unions and its direct link with the people it serves. He believes that one of the most important factors which sets the credit union movement apart from ordinary financial institutions is its community-centered approach.
We are not owned and driven by external decisions. We are community-centric, and hence the reason you do not see credit unions disappearing and withdrawing services from our communities, as we recognize have been happening by other financial institutions. We are membership-owned, membership-driven. And when people have a direct stake in the organizations, they care more, they are more committed. And hence the reason why our movement throughout the Caribbean during the last decade have been achieving in excess of 5% continuous growth.
CCCU is the top body for the credit union movement across the Caribbean, with 2.2 million members across 17 Caribbean countries in 310 credit unions. From its inception in the 1940s, the credit union movement has been continuously growing, providing access to finance for the poor and marginalized. The CCCU representatives will remain on island for the next few days to interact and receive feedback from its membership base on growth and development across the region and to liaise with policy makers. The Caribbean Confederation of Credit Unions president is presently on island with several of his colleagues, including the Secretary of the Confederation, Joseph Remy, Vice President Harley Hines, and executive directors. In other stories, a young lady of Roseau who was charged with stealing from her employer has been placed on $5,000 bond. The charge stated that by the act of deception, Chanel Shamara Sorrendo of Bath Road dishonestly obtained $1,000 from Healthy Living Wellness Center on February 11, 2015, with intent to deprive the company of the money. The act of deception is an indictable offense, and therefore she was not required to plea. There was no objection to bail by the prosecution. However, a condition to have the defendant sign in at the Roseau police station once weekly was denied by Magistrate Candia George. The preliminary inquiry is scheduled for July 31, 2015. Margaret Sorrendo stood as a surety for her daughter. Attorney Wayne Noddy represents the defendant. PM and Venezuelan ambassador speaks out against sanctions, and Grand Bay man denied bail following major drug bust. More on these and other stories when 767 News returns.
Dominica. Cricket comes to Nature Island once again, and Digicel Play will be on top of the action. The regional 4-day cricket match, Windward Islands Volcanoes versus Guyana Jaguars, comes to Dominica at the Windsor Park Stadium. Join us on 767 Local for a 767 Sports Special on Channel 3 from March 20 to the 23rd, 2015 from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Tune in and recap the day with sports commentators Joseph Thomas and Andy Carter. Also join us for our post-game discussions on Friday, March 19 and again on Monday, 23rd March from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Channel 3. Look out for the 767 Sports Special, brought to you by Digicel Play.
Introducing the Ashley Collection at Quartz. Quartz has joined with Ashley Furniture, the #1 selling home furnishings brand in America, to bring you the most extraordinary furniture selection at unbeatable prices. It's now easier than ever before to find that perfect furniture piece for your home. And what's more, you can add that special touch with the right accent piece from our range of designer accessories from Ashley. Create the perfect look for your home with the Ashley Collection at Quartz. Quartz, bringing value home. Visit the new Ashley Gallery at our Roseau store.
Thanks for staying tuned. Bail has been denied to Kevin Mason of Grand Bay, who was on Thursday charged with possession with intent to supply 22,246 grams of cannabis and intent to supply 3,500 of cocaine on March 14th at Bioche. He pleaded not guilty to both charges. Police prosecutor Cadet objected to bail on the ground that Mason had violated his High Court bail condition. Mason was previously bailed by the High Court for the offense of murder and shooting with intent. He was informed by Magistrate Candid George that he would have to apply to the High Court for bail. The trial will commence on June 8, 2015 at Portsmouth. He is being represented by attorney at law Zena Dyer. CARICOM heads of government are expected to meet with U.S. President Barack Obama amid calls by Caribbean ALBA-affiliated countries for the U.S. president to repeal an executive order against Venezuela. President Obama is scheduled to pay a state visit to Jamaica on Thursday, April 9, 2015. Discussions are expected to focus on issues on the CARICOM USA agenda, including security and trade. The CARICOM heads will also exchange views on regional and international issues of mutual interest. The encounter will be co-chaired by CARICOM Chairman, Prime Minister of the Bahamas, Right Honorable Perry Christie, and President Obama. President Obama and the CARICOM heads of government are expected to proceed from the high-level encounter in Jamaica to Panama City for the 6th Summit of the Americas to be held from the 10th to the 11th of April. And in related story, Honorable Prime Minister has described the sanction imposed against Venezuela by U.S. President Barack Obama as unfair and unwarranted. Prime Minister Skerrit made the statement during a Bolivarian Alliance for the Peoples of Our America, ALBA, Treaty of Commerce of the People, TCP, meeting in Venezuela to discuss the way forward, following a decree by President Obama which classified Venezuela as an extraordinary and unusual threat to the security and policies of the United States. According to the Prime Minister, no country has such authority to impose a measure to a country like Venezuela or any country. This is not expressing an anti-American sentiment. It is a principle, he said, and we should not negotiate principles. We can negotiate the words, but not principles. Prime Minister Skerrit told the delegation of ALBA members and Venezuela that they are not alone in seeking justice and should do so through dialogue, diplomacy, and consensus with other countries, as he is confident that the Venezuelan government will make provisions to that effect. Meanwhile, Venezuelan ambassador to Dominica, His Excellency Hayden Pirela, said he is surprised at the sanction imposed by the United States.
Nosotros los venezolanos estamos bastante sorprendidos.
We, the Venezuelans, we are very much surprised
por esa sanción que hizo el presidente Obama hacia Venezuela.
By this sanction made by President Obama towards Venezuela.
Llegamos a pensar que es una sanción simplemente para llamar la atención.
We believe that this is a sanction just to create it, just to call the attention of Venezuelans.
Porque es imposible que un país como Venezuela pueda ser una amenaza para el país más poderoso del mundo.
Because it is impossible for a country like Venezuela to be a threat to a country like the United States.
Ambassador Pirela feels that the position of the U.S. president is a foolish one and leaves doubt in the minds of onlookers. He also scolded the position of the opposition United Workers' Party and their belief that Prime Minister Skerrit should not get involved in the U.S.-Venezuela dispute, as many Dominican citizens benefit from U.S. assistance through diaspora connections. The ambassador assured the nation that Venezuela is not here to invade any country, but to stand in solidarity with the people of Dominica.
Creo que es una posición muy egoísta de la oposición de aquí, de Dominica.
I believe that it is a very egoistic position of the opposition in Dominica.
Nosotros no estamos aquí para invadir ningún país.
We are not here to invade any country.
Estamos aquí para ser solidarios.
We are here to stand in solidarity.
Y la cantidad de proyectos que hemos desarrollado aquí en Dominica
And the many projects that we have developed here in Dominica,
lo demuestran.
it shows.
No queremos
We do not want
hacerle ningún daño al pueblo dominicano.
to do any damage to the Dominican people.
Ambassador Pirela said Venezuela would like that the relationship between Dominica and the United States remains normal, citing that they have the utmost respect for the sovereignty and the people of Dominica.
Si quisiera agregar que nosotros en Venezuela
I would like to add that we in Venezuela,
estamos trabajando por las alianzas,
we are working for the alliance.
estamos trabajando por el desarrollo de los pueblos.
We are working towards the development of the countries.
Reconocemos que tenemos problemas internos en nuestro país,
We know that we have internal problems in our country,
pero estos problemas internos en ningún momento están interfiriendo en las relaciones con otros países.
but these internal problems in no moment interferes with our relationship with other countries.
Quiero hacer un llamado al pueblo de Dominica
I would like to make a call to the Dominican people
que los proyectos internacionales que tenemos en este bello país
that the projects, international projects that we have now in this country
van a seguir.
will continue.
Quiero hacer un llamado a la oposición de Dominica,
I would like to call on the opposition of Dominica
que nosotros no estamos aquí para dañar ninguna relación de Dominica con otro país.
to let them know that we are not here to interfere with the relationship of any country that has relationship with Dominica.
Respetamos la soberanía de Dominica,
We respect the sovereignty of Dominica.
respetamos al pueblo dominica
We respect the Dominican people.
y reconocemos el liderazgo del primer ministro Rubens Kerry.
And we acknowledge the leadership of the Prime Minister Rogers Kerry.
Ambassador Pereira told 767 News that he is not dreaming that Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and President Obama shake hands, since the U.S. president does not work alone, but is guided by the Central Intelligence Agency, CIA, and other great intelligence groups. However, it would be historic if the two presidents are able to sit and dialogue. The Venezuelan ambassador noted also that it would be naive of the United States to deny their reliance on Venezuela for oil and the country's strong commercial partnership, which has withstood many political problems between them. And that's it for local news. The latest in sports news is coming up next with Larry, so stay tuned. Be part of the excitement. Tune in to the Tiny Green Show every other Monday on Digicel Play TV, Channel 3.
March Madness continues at Courts with nothing down and absolutely nothing to pay until Mother's Day. Plus, mad deals all over the store. I tell you, deals upon deals upon deals, and all deals priced to go. Go! You've got to be mad not to get yours, so get down to Courts right now. Nothing to pay until Mother's Day. Plus, even madder deals every day. You just can't miss it. Courts, bringing value home.
Good evening and welcome to 767 Sports. In tonight's coverage, we begin with football. The St. Luke's Primary School has won the 2015 National Bank of Dominica Primary Schools Boys Football Championship. St. Luke's Primary proved to be the top team of this year's tournament when they captured the championship title by winning 2-1 against the St. Mary's Primary School in the final held at the Lindo Park playing field in Goodwill on Wednesday, March 18th. The two semi-final matches were played that day, where the St. Luke's Primary School won the first match against the Woodfordle Primary 4-0, while the St. Mary's Primary won the next match against the St. John's Primary 2-0. The match to decide the third and fourth place teams was played between the Woodfordle Primary School and the St. John's Primary, which the Woodfordle Primary won 1-0. St. Luke's Primary captured the championship title, winning 2-1 against the St. Mary's Primary. Scoring for the St. Luke's Primary was Justin Casimir and Tariq John Baptiste, while Jovan Bertrand scored the lone goal for the St. Mary's Primary School. In cricket, the Windward Volcanoes certainly must be feeling the love from home ahead of their 4-day Professional Cricket League tournament against the Guyana Jaguars, beginning on Friday, March 20th, as on Thursday, the Discover Dominica Authority DDA sponsored the team. Chief Executive Officer of the DDA, Colin Piper, said this sponsorship came as a result of a partnership between the DDA and the Windward Island Cricket Board in November of 2014. He said during that partnership in 2014, the DDA also sponsored the Windward Island cricket team for the Caribbean T20 tournament.
I'm happy to inform that we again have partnered with the Windward Island Cricket Board in sponsoring the Windward Volcanoes in the WICB Professional Cricket League Regional 4-day competition and the Nagico Super 50, which occurred a while back. The sponsorship fee is EC 12,500, which has assisted the Windward's Island Cricket Board and the Volcanoes management to procure the uniforms and defray other costs.
Piper said Dominica will benefit significantly from this sponsorship, some of which will include name placement on the team's banners and uniforms, in addition to international media exposure, like what was accomplished from the recent Nagico Super 50 tournament. He said the destination also benefits economically as the team is based on island.
We benefit as well from the increased awareness from the coverage that this weekend's match in particular will get, from the commentators and from images that will go out for the media stories of the match. We also have a 30-second ad that is being aired on the radio channels that are covering the event. And certainly, last but not least, the destination will benefit from the visitors that arrive to, participate as spectators, from the proceeds that are paid to accommodations and restaurants and transportation, just to name a few.
Meanwhile, Gregory Shillingford, Windward's Volcanoes General Manager, expressed thanks to the DDA for the much-needed sponsorship. He said this sponsorship is evidence of the Discover Dominica Authority's partnership with Windward Islands Cricket.
It is this new franchise system that will give opportunities to sponsors, because not only in the Nagico Super 50 will we have matches aired live on ESPN, but even for the 4-day we have live streaming, and that will go out on the internet where, the public that are not present can see the matches, as a live stream. And in time, as WICB professional system develops its technology, I see sponsors being able to also benefit from that.
Shillingford said the Volcanoes base is Dominica, and the association is currently working on increasing its staff to ensure the smooth running of the team's operations. In more cricket, skipper Jason Holder has dismissed reports of a rift in the West Indies team as he led his side to a 6-wicket victory over the United Arab Emirates and a quarter-final berth in the ICC World Cup. Holder appeared to be involved in an on-field argument with former captain Darren Sammy during their must-win final Pool B match against United Arab Emirates on Sunday. He later conceded they had a little battle there, and that is just part of the game. However, at the end of the day, hands are shaken and they smile together. Holder has rejected talk of problems and said the two-time champions are looking forward to a quarter-final match against unbeaten New Zealand in Wellington on Saturday. And in more sports, action will continue on Friday, March 20th in round 1 of the 2015 National Bank of Dominica Primary Schools Girls Football Championship competition, following the commencement on Thursday, March 19th. At the Benjamin's Park in Portsmouth, Savant Pie, St. John's, Maho, Salisbury, and the Roosevelt Douglas Primary Schools will meet at 12 noon, while also at 12 noon, the Convent Prep, St. Luke's, Petit Savan, Goodwill, and the Christian Union Primary Schools will meet at the Newtown playing field. The Goodwill Primary School is the defending champion of the National Bank of Dominica Primary School Girls Football Championship, And that's it for tonight's sportscast. Tune in again tomorrow for more sports news.
That was Larry with the latest in sports. Now for a recap of tonight's headlines. St. Mary's Academy defeated 5 schools to top Rotary Secondary School's literacy competition. Rosa woman charged with deception while Granby man denied bail following a major drug bust. Top credit union body commends Dominica's credit unions for having one of the highest penetration rates in the world. In sports, St. Luke's Primary wins 2015 Primary Schools Football Championship. And that's all the time we have for tonight. Until tomorrow, drop us an email at media@767news.dm. Friend us on Facebook and be sure to like our 767 News page. From all of us on the 767 News production team, I'm Alicia George, wishing you a wonderful evening and thanks for watching.
Boom, Miss and I, it's my time to get on bad when I jam in at everybody. Come celebrate with me, but if you don't know me yet, don't worry man, we go take a jam in a party.